Oh, hey, what's this? And I wanted to show you guys how I make milk tea. It's just an instant milk tea. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is like sometimes if you guys go to a milk tea store, you'll find that these places they charge about $4 for milk tea. And a lot of these places, at least in Hawaii from what I see, some of the flavors like taro, of course, they have to use some sort of mix, cantaloupe. Some places they have like a bubble milk tea, and you can also tell that they're using some sort of mix. So let me introduce this to you guys. So, the brand that I like to use is Posme, Possmei. I bought this locally. Now, as you guys know, right now I am in Hawaii. So, if you guys are in Hawaii, I would recommend check out a place that's called Chef Zone, Chefzone. I believe they're near airport, Salt Lake or airport area. I haven't been there in quite some time. They are a distributor, so they will sell things to restaurants, but then you can also go in there if you're the general public. You might need to have a membership card, but it's free because I purchased a number of things from them. So what I like to do is if I go to a bubble tea shop, I like to see what products they're using. Before, when I was really into this stuff, I used to see a lot of Posme. Now you also see T Zone. You also see other places like Kung Fu Tea, Dragon Tea. I don't know if they're still around in Hawaii. I haven't had milk tea in quite some time buying it. But Posme is one of those premium brands. So you'll see brands when you go to a bubble tea store, you'll see like Posme. And then when you see like tea like this, you can see it's another Posme. This is what I drink every day. It's just jasmine green tea. Let me show you guys this one. See? It's just jasmine. I like it. This was a pretty big container. Look at this, 1.32 pounds. I think it's about $7. I recommend buy this locally. Go to a Chinatown. Go to a food distributor. You can call up some places and then ask them, hey, do you distribute Posme? So yeah, I don't think they have the date over here. One thing about tea is that, in my opinion, tea never expires. It loses its flavor a little bit, but I haven't noticed. I've had this for like 3 years or so, and I'm still drinking it because I don't drink that much tea. Now, to show you how serious I am about my milk tea thing, let me show you something that I bought that you see in a lot of stores, and I had this in storage, okay? So I gotta throw this out. But before I threw it out, I just wanted to show you this. Look at this. This is 1 gallon of fructose syrup. It expired. That's why it's orange, and I'm gonna have to throw this away. But yeah, I went through all this freaking syrup by myself. I didn't drink all of it, okay? I did a lot of taste tests, sort of thing. When you go to a bubble tea store, you'll see sometimes they have the sugar syrup machine. They ask you like, do you want it full strength or half strength? They're using fructose over here. I try to stay away from this stuff because but this really helps with like the legit milk tea experience. I don't put sugar in my own homemade milk tea anymore. I try to stay low sugar. So this is something that I had lying around. I'm gonna show you how I make it now. If you guys look, you might find some instructions online, but I'm really kind of lazy, so I just do it my way. Now you can buy a milk tea shaker thing. I had to wash this, so I already made one. But this stuff, you sometimes you'll see people and they'll shake it and then they'll pour it out over here and then they'll put it into a cup. If you are making this for home use, you do not need a shaker. What you do need though is you need something to shake it in, right? So you can use a blender cup if you guys want, but because I don't like blender bottles very much, I'm trying to limit my plastic use, which kind of sounds kind of strange. What I would recommend is get a glass jar. This is a 24-ounce ragu jar. I like using these kind of big jars because if you do want to make a bigger amount, keep in mind a lot of milk tea places, I think it's like 12 ounces, 16 ounces, 22 ounces, or 24 ounces. This is a 24-ounce jar. All you do is you get your blender thing, remember, in the side of the jar. You just kind of push it in there. See that? And I like to measure out 8 ounces of water. So I'll put in 8 ounces of water here. And then for the powder, You just use however much you want to use. You can use, like, some people, they like it stronger. Keep in mind, you will have, it might get a little diluted by your ice. My ice is kind of big. You know, it's like the standard home use ice. I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like if you go to some of these places, their ice is like, it doesn't really melt as fast as my home use ice. So I'll just put in about 6 of spoonfuls of these. See? And if you're worried about the mess, feel free to put this inside of the sink. But I have much better lighting here, so that's why you. So if you see any like powder over there, just put this thing in the sink. And if you make a mess, you can just turn on the water and clear it up, right? So 2, 3. Oh goodness. 4, 5, 6. Okay. You can see I did make a little bit of mess. If you do want to make it zero mess, you could always use a funnel. But for me, I'm just like, hey, if this is just for myself, and I'm not a food YouTuber or anything like that, then it's totally fine, right? Okay, I'll have to wipe that up later. Okay, so this thing, we have our blender bond here, we have our powder, we have our water. Now, instead of using water, you can use tea. So I do always have tea with me, but I just felt like using water just cause. Okay, so all you do is you just shake it. Personally, I think out of all the jars, if it's for leak proof, I feel like spaghetti jars are very well made. I like how it's big because the more space you have for the blender ball, I think the more well shaken it is. If you don't have the blender bottle, I feel like it's going to kind of go down over here. You know, the powder? So then all you do is you shake it. See that? See if you like it. If so, keep it. If it's not, add more powder in. And then you add your ice in. See, I got these ice maker ice. And there you go. That is your all-in-one milk tea. Now, for regular milk tea, if you guys don't have an all-in-one, you would need to put in the green tea powder plus the creamer, plus the creamer, powder, and sugar. You know, like the fructose over here, right? But I like having an all-in-one. I rarely drink this stuff. If you guys are addicted to bubble milk tea and you find that you are losing money, $4 a pop, because milk tea isn't cheap, right? Just consider having something like this. The great thing about using this jar is just treat it like drinking out of a blender bottle. After you're done, right, you can rinse it, clean it out, take out the blender ball, and it's so much faster to clean it inside of a glass jar than it is for plastic. I feel like plastic takes forever to dry. That's just me. If you want, you could just take out after you're done with this, right, take out the blender ball, put it in your dishwasher, put this in. It's so simple. And you don't have to deal with cleaning the shaker. So for instance, when you go to the milk tea places, usually they shake it up in here and then they put it into a cup. You reduce having to clean the extra bottle, the extra shaker cup. So I see sometimes like people are showing like, oh look, I'm shaking this, or I'm making this blender ball, I'm making this like milk tea drink, and then I'm thinking like, why do I wanna like wash a shaker too? Why don't I just have everything as all in one? And that's the beauty about having a jar like this. If you don't feel like drinking milk tea, you can use this for something else, right? You can store your cookies in there, your M&Ms, or I don't know, like seaweed in there. You guys get what I'm talking about. There's a lot more uses for a jar than compared to my little blender, my shaker bubble tea thing that you guys just saw. So I hope that this helps you guys very well. And what is the ingredients in here? Ingredients is sugar, coffee creamer, tapioca syrup, hydrogenated palm kernel oil, milk protein. You see, it's not good stuff. I'm gonna be honest here. Like, it's not healthy stuff. And if you guys are trying milk tea drinks, my recommendation is keep this stuff into moderation. If you guys, your favorite milk tea place, if you're seeing them use powders and syrups anyway, you might as well just make it off at home. I see some places when they make milk tea, they'll use like the all-in-one. I've tried the all-in-one Postmate bubble tea mixture. I don't think I have it. But I bought the all-in-one milk tea mixture. I hated it so much. There's an original flavor for that. I don't like it. What I would recommend is if you do want to make milk tea that's similar to your favorite milk tea places, I really like just using, like, keeping it really simple. You can use something like rickshaw. Rickshaw is a type of milk tea. You can also try red rose milk tea. You can try like a Hong Kong blend. I personally don't like using coffee creamer in my milk teas. I like using evaporated milk. So I've shared this before. You know, I think I made a milk tea recipe in the past. Maybe it's on my channel, but I hope that this thing helps you guys. This is quite a lot of powder. See this? 35.27 ounces, and you can see, like, I have quite a bit. So if this bag cost me, I think it was either $7, but I see online people sell it for 15. Let's just say it was like $15, right? As long as I drink 4 drinks out of this, I'll break even. And this is already my second drink. And not saying that I drank the whole first drink. I tried a lid on. I was like, I think I'm good. And then I dumped it out. And I thought, you know what? Let me make a video about this. Let me make a video so you guys are maybe inspired to save money if you guys are spending a lot of money on milk tea. I like the matcha milk tea quite a bit. I got, and then, yeah, original I can make by myself. Taro has to use powder as well. And, yeah, so always, of course, keep this stuff in moderation. Let me try this. See the color? Ooh. My bad. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys later. I shall see you. Bye bye. Oh, and wait, hold on. If you have leftovers, just put that in the fridge. Okay, see ya.